It's not logic, it's cosmic narcissism. With 2 trillion galaxies, each with 100 billion stars, believing we are the sole inheritors of consciousness is an act of breathtaking arrogance. The principle of mediocrity is a fundamental scientific tenet. We are not a miracle. We are a statistical inevitability. The question isn't if life exists, but which of the countless forms we'll encounter first.
Statistics are a weapon you've just aimed at your own argument. The Fermi Paradox isn't a theory, it's a cold, hard observation. If the universe is so crowded, where is everybody? For 60 years, our planet's most powerful instruments have been listening. The result? A perfect, deafening silence. That isn't an absence of evidence, that is the evidence of absence.
You call it silence after sampling a single glass of water from all the world's oceans and finding no whales. Our definition of life was a dogma until we found extremophiles thriving in volcanic vents, in solid ice, in radioactive waste. They didn't just expand the habitable zone, they shattered it. Perhaps we're not looking in the right place. Or perhaps we're not looking for the right thing.
You invoke microbes to populate the cosmos, but you ignore the chain of impossible coincidences that led to us. The rare Earth hypothesis isn't dogma, it's a checklist. You need a stable G-type star, a gas giant like Jupiter to act as a cosmic bouncer, a large moon to stabilize the axis, active plate tectonics. Link that improbable chain and Earth ceases to be a mediocre planet and becomes a near unique jewel. Microbial slime may be common. Intelligence? That is the great filter.
The great filter is a comforting ghost story we tell ourselves to explain the dark. But what if the filter is our own perception? We're searching for radio waves, while a million-year-old civilization might be communicating with quantum entanglement, a technology so advanced it would be magic to us. It's like an uncontacted tribe searching for smoke signals, while our sky is invisibly crisscrossed with fiber optic data. And then there are the things we can see, Oumuamua, a flat interstellar object that accelerated without a comet's tail, the WOW signal, 72 seconds of a perfect artificial transmission that never repeated.
For every anomaly, there is a simpler explanation than aliens. It's called Occam's razor. Oumuamua was likely a nitrogen iceberg fragmenting under the sun. The WOW signal? Almost certainly the hydrogen cloud of a passing comet. You are building a cathedral of belief on a handful of maybes while ignoring the mountain of data that screams nothing. It is about the weight of evidence.
Simplicity is not the same as truth. Often it's just a failure of imagination. But let's move past historical anomalies and talk about today, about the Pentagon, about the AARO reports. This is no longer a fringe debate. It's a matter of congressional hearings. Our most advanced defense sensors are tracking objects, executing maneuvers that defy our understanding of physics. The United States government, after 70 years of denial, now officially calls them unidentified anomalous phenomena.
And those same reports conclude the vast majority of cases are weather balloons, commercial drones, and in one instance, a drifting plastic bag. You cling to the tiny, unresolved percentage as if it were scripture, ignoring the 98% that is mundane clutter. That is a textbook case of confirmation bias.
No, it is the very definition of science to investigate the percentage that defies our models. Progress is not made by studying the known. That tiny fraction is where the next revolution is hiding. You want to close your eyes precisely at the moment we've reached a new frontier.
Then let's open our eyes all the way and apply ruthless logic. Let's grant your premise for a moment. We are being visited by a civilization capable of interstellar travel, a species that has conquered energy, time, and perhaps mortality itself. And what does this godlike intelligence do? It plays hide and seek with our fighter jets, gets caught on blurry infrared, and then vanishes. There is a colossal logical contradiction here. Either they are omnipotent, in which case they could hide from us perfectly, or they are incompetent. They cannot be both.
And there it is, the peak of human hubris, applying our logic, our predator-prey psychology to an intelligence that could be as different from us as we are from a fungus. Who says their goals must be intelligible to us? Who says hiding is even a concept for them? Perhaps we're just a transient phenomenon. They're observing the way a geologist studies a rock. You call them incompetent because they don't behave like a human spy agency. That's like criticizing a hurricane for not knocking on your door. You are projecting your own limitations onto the universe.
I am not projecting, I am demanding coherence. In the absence of a single physical artifact on a laboratory table, logic is all we have. And logic, combined with the great cosmic silence, points to one conclusion. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. You have none. You have shadows, echoes, and a desperate hope not to be alone. I offer a harder, but perhaps more noble truth. The silence is not a mystery. It is an answer. It tells us that consciousness is a treasure of unimaginable rarity, and that places a terrifying responsibility upon our shoulders, to be the sole guardians of the flame.
Shadows are cast by a light, and a new light is beginning to dawn. You demand an artifact, but the evidence may be a pattern we are only now beginning to recognize. Skepticism is a tool, not a prison. Clinging to the great silence while our own skies whisper with anomalies is a form of denial. The data tells us we shouldn't be alone. Our own government tells us something is here. It is time to stop peering at the universe through the keyhole of our certainty and have the courage to throw open the door, ready to face a reality stranger, more complex and more magnificent than our philosophies have ever dared to dream.